Hey guys! So, this week is brought to you by the letter W for Windows. Basically, we had a week of window-related activities.
Replacing old windows.
Replacing old windows, putting in new windows.
New windows in the bathroom.
Completely new windows.
Taking out windows completely and putting siding over it.
Yes, that's true. Both the garage and a little bit in the bathroom. And then
flashing windows.
Flashing and
finishing
the windows. So yeah, it really was from last Saturday to this Saturday all about windows. With that, check out the time lapse and follow up with any questions. It's time to remove a window.
And that's what's happening, because that's what time it is.
Wow.
Gosh, we're good.
You're goofy. So, this window was everyone's usual common garage window. Because everyone has a window into their garage.
It was a single pane of glass that was cocked into some makeshift opening that they called a window.
Yeah, it was a very interesting little cutout from the beginning that we were like, what is going on here? Also, our neighbors were super happy to have the weird garage facing them window gone.
Because it looks a lot better when it's nicely sided.
Yes. So, a little bit about the siding. This was your first siding experience, wasn't it?
It was my first time putting up this new aluminum siding. It wasn't nearly as bad as I thought it'd be.
Yeah, well, good.
We do it again.
Turned out nice.
It did turn nice. We have another longer bit where we do the other window in the bathroom.
Oh, okay.
A whole bunch of siding. This is like a intro for me to get used to using this new siding.
Cool. And now it is time to remove the window door.
Oh yeah, that's true. There's also windows in this door.
Yeah.
3 little windows.
They were kind of cute. I kind of liked the door, minus the fact that it was like super stained multiple times and just like too icky to salvage. But I kind of liked the little windows.
But now we gotta put in a nice sturdy steel door.
Is the door steel?
Yeah.
Oh.
It's a beefy door.
It was made of steel.
It's a legit front door.
It is. It's a very good front door. And as front doors really should, I feel like front doors should either have frosted glass or no glass. Because everybody wants to be able to like look out and see who's at their door without the door person seeing them.
Yes.
So
and
we will put in a nice little
We'll put people in.
look hole, yeah.
So that way you can look out and see who it is without them seeing who you are.
Exactly. So then you can,
ignore them.
Exactly. Or let them in if you're nice. So yeah, the door putting in took a little while. Oh, but no, now you're actually framing out the door.
Yeah, the first step of putting up the additional trim on the outside, which you still have to come back around and flash this with some metal so it looks all nice and pretty.
True. But I kind of like the way it looks with the wood. Too bad I can't keep it. So here begins the cutting out and installing of windows.
So the first 3 we install them from the outside in. So if you're watching this, you can see that we have a oscillating saw that we cut out this little piece of wood all the way around the border of the window. And the window actually is removed from the outside and the new window is installed from the outside.
Which was taking a very long time. The oscillating saw is not meant for
speed.
Long cutting jobs.
True. And Rachel really hates using the oscillating saw.
Yeah, I don't know. It just like vibrates my whole body.
And we do these the correct way. So if anyone's replacing the window, splurge and first off, repair your sill if it has any kind of rot going on with it.
Yes, there were a couple that John was kind of like, meh, but I was like, yes, that needs to come out.
So yeah, and the ones you're looking at right now, we put new sills in them, which is the bottom piece of wood. And then we use zip tape to put flashing down over top that wood. So if there's ever water that gets behind the flashing we put on, or somehow behind the window, it hits that zip tape and then rolls right off by being absorbed into the wood.
And I discovered I have a passion for zip taping.
Yes, you enjoy that zip taping.
I enjoyed taping.
You also enjoy like folding presents.
True, and it was kind of like folding the window. It was like wrapping the window. Which, yeah, I like cutting things and making them fit really exactly. It just makes me really proud and accomplished.
And we also use Zip Liquid Flash, which from the Build Show, Matt Reisinger?
I don't know.
Matt always talks about this stuff.
I think Reisinger.
Probably so. But Liquid Flash is window flashing that's in a caulking tube, and you can squirt it into all the corners where you cut your flashing, and then just kind of smear it around and smooth it out.
Or if you're John, just make big blobs.
I did a very good job with it.
He has been fired from caulking and liquid zipping.
Just on the flashing, I got a little sloppy.
Yeah.
Because no one sees it.
Until you try to come back and like do other things to the window, and then there's big blobs of stuff in the way.
Details.
That's why Rachel likes it. Rachel likes details.
For the windows you're seeing right now, though, we installed these from the inside. So we popped out just some trim on the inside of the window. I think some quarter round. Popped the window out from the inside and installed the new window from the inside.
Which made so much more sense.
It's a lot faster.
For future, we think you should probably try to investigate which way the window was originally put in. Because I think those windows were originally installed from the inside.
That's not a true statement.
Oh, my bad then. Well, here we go, learning. So you think those
are all installed in one big unit. So we cut out just the wood panels, the wood panes. But the surrounding bit is the actual original piece of the window. So it all came in one big rectangle when it went in.
Oh. Well, there went my thought.
Good try.
Yeah, you know. And here is foaming, I believe.
Here is your...
Now we're on to... Oh, yeah. Cutting the
installed
vent
the
fan.
new bathroom vent. This is the first light fixture to go into the new bathroom.
That's right.
Which is the vent fan. Which, as everyone should do, vents to the outside of the house.
Well, yeah.
Not into the attic.
Oh.
Not into just anywhere you want to. It vents to the outside of the house.
Do people really vent to other places? That's
weird.
A
lot of times they just have it dump into the attic. Or dump into the between the rafters.
Which is bad when someone takes a dump.
Yes. Not really for the smells, because of the moisture.
Oh, okay.
And this was your first real kind of wiring job of wiring in this new vent fan and light fixture. And you're wiring in the switch now.
True.
And we turned on the breaker and it worked.
That was exciting. Oh yeah, tub surround.
I forgot about the tub surround.
Yeah. I mean, we did say it was brought to you by Windows, but there was quite a few other things that happened too.
These are little things we did in between different weathers.
Yeah, it's true. In between all the window events.
Oh, this is our first new window we're installing. And this is the outside of that second bathroom.
Your shirt kind of matches the house.
It does. The second bathroom that we're putting in. This is our new window.
So interesting. So it had like a weird tinfoil.
So the silver there is a radiant barrier. It's not a water barrier or an air barrier. It's silver to reflect UV rays from the sun.
Really? Is that still common practice?
Yeah, radiant barriers are still really important.
Oh.
But it doesn't really make a difference when your house has an insulation to start with.
Gotcha.
But yeah, just
what's there behind it though? What's the gray or the brown? It looks like
cardboard.
Paper. Oh.
I know.
Yeah, that seems weird.
It's interesting stuff. Things you probably wouldn't do anymore, but
yeah, but
someone did back then.
At this point, not able to. It's one of those like pull the thread kind of deals. Yeah. Yeah. Good job on the reuse of the siding.
Yes, I tried to reuse as much of our old siding as possible in all of this because the new siding has a slightly different grain pattern,
which is lame.
Which is lame than the other siding that we have or the current siding. But luckily, when you do get it all painted, you can't really tell unless you get up close to personal to it.
Yeah. Oh, and here is the big window that's getting patched up.
This was a long evening / night.
Yes. I had to message John and ask him if he was coming home.
Because there's a lot more siding on here to repair and replace.
I know. You were like a beast that day.
most importantly, though, what made this job actually be able to finish in a single evening was that sweet scaffolding setup we have now.
True, which we still be on the lookout for our walkthrough and intro to the new trailer and all the gear that we got. But John's been cleaning it up and giving it some love, so we've been waiting till we can do that. And then, of course, we had so much rain, so. But yes, the scaffolding makes a big difference.
Makes life a lot easier.
Although, as we were learning on one of our other shows, you can still fall off of it, so be careful.
Yes. Oh, look, now we have a new window here. And these are what should always be in a bathroom.
Cute
These
little...
are 12 inches high by 36 inches wide. No one can see in them. It just brings in light.
Yeah, because you don't want your bathrooms to be dark, but who really wants to worry about possibly being seen by some neighbor? And there are only like very rare occasions where those weird like block tile
the
things
glass blocks
are allowed. Most times not allowed. Oh, it got dark, and there he is in the dark.
I know. I kept going. Because
you were a trooper.
the next day was when it was going to be the first day of raining for the next like 5 days.
Yeah.
So I had to get it done.
I felt bad I couldn't be there to help.
It was kind of fun. I had good music.
Oh, that's good.
And look, it only took like a minute and a half to get it all done.
True. I mean, really, you were quite fast. Do. Oh, now it is time for...
Flashing!
Yes! AKA another kind of protective but also aesthetic barrier for the windows.
Yes. And this is the inside of our new trailer, in case you're just kind of curious.
And our brake there on the left side.
Yeah, our left is our new awesome 12-foot long, like 12 or 14-inch deep metal brake.
Oh, there I am thinking and trying to figure out how to do these windows. Because there's a lot of math that goes into custom window framing. So you kind of have options of, today you generally can buy window framing that would fit your windows. True.
Yes.
For a lot of
for like new construction,
general housing.
And you have, a simple L bend, you can get a 2-inch deep by 1-inch leg piece of metal flashing.
Yeah. But if you are wanting any kind of custom work done, or you need to fit, as we did, pre-existing, then there's a lot more measuring, a lot more bending, and
a lot of angles.
Getting it on the yeah, like it was tricky. I started to get a rhythm, but I mean, it took me till about my third window before I was like, oh, I kind of know what's going on. And then still, if you bend it the wrong direction, you can't really unbend it.
Yeah, there's no going back if you cut it too short.
Or cut it too, yeah. So even that, it's like you measure the correct distance the first time on the window, but then when you're making your cut measurement, you accidentally, there's lots of room for error, really. It's not as streamlined of a process, or at least I wasn't there yet. I watched a video with a guy who seemed like he really knew what was going on, but still.
So your first window took, what, 5 hours?
My first day of window of trimming, I mean, including my attempt at thinking it out, was like 4.5 hours.
And then the next time you did this, in about the same amount of time, you did 2 windows.
2 windows, way better than the first window, and way more technical even.
And the next time, in about the same amount of time, you got 3 windows done.
Yeah, it was a little bit longer the third day, but I got 3 windows done.
So you're progressively getting almost double or 50% faster every single time.
Yeah.
So you've got really good at it by the end.
And it was cold. I feel like that made a difference too.
Yeah.
But yeah, it did. It got better. I enjoyed doing it though. Still, like by the end of the day, I was ready to leave. But
but the windows look so much better when they're naturally flashed with this nice white aluminum.
If only they could be cream.
I still don't mind that the window trim is all white and the brick is cream.
Yeah, I know.
And we're not going to mess with that for a while.
I know. More thinking. That helped a lot though.
Also helps that you're good at drawing and diagramming.
I enjoyed the drawings too. Yeah, that was fun. Oh, one of the unexpected things is with the lighting that I had in the trailer that day, like the metal is kind of shiny, and then I'm marking on it with a pencil. So sometimes it was just you had to move around a lot to be able to see your markings because the metal would either be too shiny or the pencil on the dark side wouldn't show up. So it was like you're searching for the marks all the time.
But now I have installed new and improved lighting, which will be seen in the trailer reveal video.
Yeah, which, yes, I think will make all of it much nicer because lighting's a big deal.
But now that you've seen a whole bunch of how the metal is being bent, we do have a little bit here of seeing how it's actually installed.
Oh, look at that, right here.
Which also involves a lot of caulking. So after you install the metal flashing, you must caulk it around and make sure it all
in
is
the corners.
watertight.
Yeah. Oh, and along the seams.
Mm-hmm.
Basically any seam, yeah. There I am measuring, I think.
Yep, start off with your measuring.
And now I'm cutting probably.
Cutting and bending.
Yes.
There's a little blips of you as you test fit ever so often. But see, it looks so ugly, but then look, you put the metal flashing up and boom, it suddenly looks finished.
It was so satisfying when it would like fit in really well. It's like, yes.
It makes the job look from a DIY to professional.
Yeah, I would agree.
Like that's the difference.
What do you mean?
From DIY people who would just paint it versus
Oh.
professionals who would trim it out in aluminum.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah, I felt really proud of that last window. It was a good one.
You did real good.
The W is also for weather. We had really wonderful weather. So many W's. While for most of the time we were doing windows, but as you can see, we lucked out because now the rain has come in. And it's looking like it will be a pretty wet week. We have all the W's.
Oh goodness.
Anyway, back to the windows. Hope you enjoyed watching all of that. As I said before, if you have any questions, we'd love to hear from you guys, so leave them down in the comment section.
Like the video, subscribe to the channel.
Yes, tell your friends.
Tell your friends, ring the bell so you get notifications.
Oh, yes. So you know the next time we're releasing another video. Because who'd want to miss this?
Exactly.
Well, that's a wrap.
Tour!
Wow.
I had a W this time.
What?
Start with a W.
Wheelie?
No, the sound. So raw.
I was just starting all my questions or all my words with W.